Hello everyone, Kuyashiva here. Just woke up this morning and thought I'd make a little video about something I've become recently very passionate about, and it's just organization in general. Ever since I've started organizing a lot better, it's made my work better, it's made my hobbies better. It's every single aspect has of my life has some sort of organization to it, and it's made everything quicker and like it's taken a lot of stress off. So I'm wondering if I could share a couple of my tips, and maybe if you're struggling with organization, it could steer you in the right direction. Kind of regarding like computer files, especially for artists and for samples, because I think I figured something out, and I don't know if anyone's tried it. So I've tried it and it works out really good. So I'll get into it in a second. What I've got here is just like my music folder, and I got my hard drive plugged in as well for my archive, and I'll show you how I archive some stuff. If you have a Mac, this is my favorite view. No tiles, no list. I like this view because it's easy to branch off to the next. I'm making like a little tree, like I'm making a trunk, and I'm going through the branches as quickly as possible to what I need. So let's say I just want to get to my current project. So I go to my Orphan Wolf Music is my I manage not just myself but also a couple of my friends, and I go to my name. I got the album I'm working on, and I got so with artists you have not just the project but you also have its exports. So you might have your projects. So I separated them here, and then mix downs here, and then I'll probably have a master folder once I start having masters. But yeah, the point is, I don't want to be looking at a list. Like if this was all just scattered around, I don't want that list to be more than 5 items. So if I see 5 things, I know it could be put into a separate folder, or I could see a pattern. I can categorize things and micro categorize things in a way that when I start diving into files, I will be able to quickly navigate. The goal is to eliminate, like, if I'm looking at something for a couple minutes, I can fix that somehow. The reason why I started doing things with the current time that I saved it is because I could be saving multiple versions, and also if I have multiple storage devices and iCloud devices, I can quickly see if I'm about to move over the same file or if I'm moving an updated file. So I do the date and the time. It's quick. You just look at the clock and type in the time real quick. So I do an underscore to separate the name, the date, and time. Same thing with my archive. Let's say I need to go to an old album. So I'm going to go to myself, Orphan Wolf. I can go to finished archive because I know that's what I'm looking for. I go to my albums. And I have a folder for each album as well as separated from extras. So same thing, I have masters mixed on projects. That's all I could really say about like computer organization. It doesn't really get as easier than that. Now I'm going to show you my favorite way that I've done samples. I've changed the way I've done samples 3 times, and this 3rd time has been good, and I'll show you an example. So let's say you use Splice, and you're downloading individual samples, and they're coming from all sorts of sources. The first thing you would probably think to do is maybe sort it into the company that you got it from or the pack that you got it from. But and I'll give you an example here. I'm gonna go into my bass loops, and I want to try to find something. It's very scattered, and also there's an ASD file, so this probably doesn't look good here. Yeah, how about I just open Ableton? That might be a better view, so you don't see all those ASD files. So, bam, I go to my bass loops, and yeah, this looks a little bit better. I subfoldered everything. If I'm looking at something more than 4, I'm just going to go ahead and put it into its own folder. And that just makes the list that much smaller. So that way you're not like navigating the same list, the same workflow each time. You're narrowing down your scope a little bit. But to me, that wasn't enough because I'm spending time previewing all these sounds. And sometimes I have a certain sound in my head that I'm going for. So I wanted to eliminate a lot of that time just browsing. And so that way I'm more quickly into my creative flow before I lose it. This was a project that once I had to set aside time. I had to stop making music. I had to wrap up all the projects I had going on. And then I did this process of going through each sample, but I only had to do it once. And then now all of my projects in the future got better. And that's going objective first and then subjective later. Let's go to kicks. I know what a kick sounds like. That is objectively a kick. I'm going to put it here. But what does that kick sound like to you? I have categorized this subjectively by adjectives. If I'm looking for a dark sound, I put all of my darker kicks here. If I wanted something more like dubsteppy, I would put it in like the punch or distorted. And it has made at least the sound I'm looking for that much quicker. So I've taken a shortcut and now my scope of what I'm looking for is narrowed that much smaller. That also worked with basically for percussion. What if I just want a laser sound? Percussion is easy to put in a way, and since you moved it there yourself, so if you thought about it now, odds are that your future self is going to also think of the same thing. So you've created this sample folder like very, very unique and linked to you. I can't really elaborate more on that. That's just all I know is that when I started doing that, my samples have become a lot more organized, a lot more cleaner, and my workflow is quicker. That's all I wanted to share. Maybe that resonates with someone, but just know that like this has been my favorite way of organizing so far. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good day.